My favorite place in Japan, that's a tough question. Maybe if I could say two places, I think Osaka is probably my original favorite place in Japan. I spent a lot of time there and made some great friends. It's a very warm, open place, a little different culture than Tokyo. And also I spent a lot of time in Nagoya, and a lot of people think Nagoya is quiet and maybe a little countryside, but that was not my experience. It's just a little more compact, but it has everything you need. And yeah, amazing group of people, same variety as in Tokyo. So great culture for everything, music, tech, yeah, art, it's all there.
So I'm going to say that my favorite place is actually here in Tokyo, specifically in Daikanyama. Again, being from New York, there are times when you feel a little homesick. And Daikanyama for me represents kind of like a little piece of New York in Tokyo. It kind of feels like a Japanese version of Williamsburg. And it's the one place where you can really see kind of different cultures from around the world mixing together and creating something a little bit familiar, but at the same time uniquely Japanese. You can get pizza there, New York style pizza. It's called Pizza Slice for anybody that's interested. And I really enjoy it. That's my favorite area for sure.
My favorite place in Japan is a very difficult question to answer. There's a lot of places I haven't been yet that I would like to go to. But until now, I guess my favorite place has been Hakone. Most people go to Hakone to go for hot springs or for the local food. But my particular experience, I'm kind of a car fanatic. So there's a car rental shop that lets you rent out a lot of Japanese classic sports cars. And so I rented out one of these sports cars, a Nissan Skyline, and I drove around all of the mountain roads that the shop recommended. They actually gave me a list of the famous places from a famous Japanese street racing animation and cartoon. So I went around there and it was a really thrilling experience. Of course, you have to abide by the rules of the road. But aside from that, it was a really fun time.
My favorite place is Kamakura. It's very close to Tokyo. I live in Tokyo at the moment, but it has, it's very similar to Kyoto. It has a lot of temples. It's very traditional Japan, but still very close to Tokyo. They have a giant Buddha there, which I really love. When I'm stood in front of that Buddha on a sunny day, it's really peaceful, really beautiful, and I just feel so relaxed. The food is good there. I usually go to the same kind of places that I go every time, and I buy the snacks that I like and like some honey and things like that. It's really nice there. I recommend going if you ever have some time and you don't want to go too far from Tokyo.
My favorite place in Japan is probably Enoshima Island. There's a really nice viewpoint where you can see Mount Fuji in the summer and winter on clear days. The beach is also really nice in summer. It gets a little crowded sometimes, but it's fun to go. There's also a ton of cats walking around the island, so if you like cats, it's a nice place. And there's a beautiful shrine near the top peak that you can hike to. And there's also a very nice spa area with beautiful views and dining places as well.
My favorite place in Japan is Kyoto. I love walking around Kyoto and exploring the old temples and shrines. It's also got a great sense of history in the city. It was the old capital of Japan, and I love being able to explore, you know, over 1,000 years of Japanese history in one place. And I think that because of the great transportation system in Japan, it's so easy and accessible from Tokyo, where I live.
I'm a little biased because I lived there for 3 years, but my favorite place is Akita Prefecture. It's in the country of several hours north of Tokyo. I like it because there are so many unique festivals there. In summer, there is one of the top 3 fireworks festivals in Japan, and they include daytime fireworks, which I didn't know was a thing. And Akita Prefecture is very snowy, so they have these wonderful winter festivals. There's snow, fire, fighting with bamboo poles, and big statues made of snow in the shape of dogs. So it's very exciting to see some authentic culture.